Say hi, Haitian sensation.
Hi.
So today, what are we gonna do?
It's gonna be the plumbing.
We're gonna get her plumbed up, ready to go.
Yep.
We're gonna get the old cameras set up. Got an Insta 360 X4 GoPro 9 Hero 9 Black, whatever that is. So here's where our plumbing ditch is gonna go, right back here. So yeah, we're gonna tie that downspout right there, and that downspout down over there. We're gonna run them along here, put the backwash in, run it all out. We're gonna put a drain around the outside of this pool. We are using the Pentair Bermuda extended throat pool and spa skimmer. These are what we use on our vinyl liner, composite wall, in-ground pool installations. We'll get the box opened up and show you how to install it. Alright, so first thing we do is we take the screws off the skimmer lid and we throw them away. We really don't need them. Next, we're going to get the skimmer faceplate, gaskets out, throw away all the extra parts that we do not use. You might need them in your application, but for how we do it, we don't use them. We go ahead and put the door in here. Might as well. It's easier to reach it here instead of bending over after the water's in. We have a boombox playing out here on the job site that is playing some music that we don't want YouTube to hit us for copyright, so we're just going to have to voice over this. Otherwise, I've explained it all in the film here, but don't want to take a chance and have to do the video over. So we take a black, we call it a winter plug, down out of the bottom down there. Here you can see it here. We'll wrap Teflon tape around it, like so. We'll go ahead and put some silicone on it. And then we'll put it back in down the bottom. We plug one of the two holes you can see there looking down in the skimmer. Make sure you get it nice and tight. It's not cross-threaded. You don't want any water leaking out of the bottom of your skimmer. If you have a little pocket knife or retractable razor knife, those work really good to get down inside there, and just like so. Put them in there, and that's how we tighten them up. Works nicely. Then we go ahead and unscrew that little flapper door in there and get rid of it. Don't need any confusion down there with that. We only suck from one side, so one hole is basically useless. Here we take an 1.5 by 2 inch slip MIP. We're going to thread it into the bottom of the skimmer. Just going to help us out when we come around the plumb. Easier to do it now while it's upside down instead of when it's mounted on the wall. And the final step before we mount it on the wall is we take the winter plug, put a little blue Teflon tape around it, and we're going to plug up the hole that we just screwed the MIP into. That way when we go to pressure test, we've already got the plug in. Alright, this kit comes with a bunch of screws in it. Use your skimmer faceplate screws, and this installation only requires 2 of the little like 3/4 inch screws. All the other ones we just kind of throw in the overdig because we don't use them. Then we're going to go ahead and put the skimmer faceplate and skimmer gaskets on. We dab silicone on the face of the wall here, not over the screw holes, but to help hold the skimmer gasket on when we go to drop the liner in this pool. This kind of helps hold everything in place. The other thing you're going to want to do is use an older skimmer faceplate for the build stages. That way when you get stuff all over it, you can put the brand new one on and it looks nice and shiny new. We are using an impact here. Now you gotta be careful you don't strip the holes out. We've got it turned down to the lowest settings and just kind of snug up the screws is all you need to do. No reason to crank them down here. They gotta come back out when the liner goes in. So do not strip out your screw holes. All right, that was the skimmer. Now we're gonna put a return in. Like to scrape the wall nice and clean, get any little concrete off the panel before we drill the hole. It's a 3-inch bit we're using here. Drill the hole. Take the scraper again. Clean all that extra stuff up off the wall, little burrs and whatnot. You let it sit there for a little bit, it kind of re-solidifies and you can knock it right off. Pretty self-explanatory here. Put the return through the hole, put the nut on the back, tighten her down. Now you don't want to go crazy tight here, but you want it to be tight enough that if you're putting turnouts in or winter plugs in, that you don't break that nut loose. So just give her a little bit of a snug up is all it takes. Okay, gasket, faceplate. I like to put my returns in where all the screws are parallel or horizontal. Everything matches. All the returns look the same. There's little indentions there on the back of the faceplate that'll help you line it up when you're actually doing the liner install. So you just turn it and wait for it to kind of drop down over the nub, and that's when you know you're good. So again, do not strip out your screws. Do not crack your faceplate. Nice and easy. Here we go again with another 1.5 MIP by 2-inch slip. first we're going to put the winter plug in the return for pressurization. Get that baby put in there. Then we're going to do the Teflon tape and some silicone on that MIP. We're going to get it put in, and that's going to complete the return installation. And we'll be ready to move on to plumbing. Here you see we are pulling a 4-inch perforated drain tile around the outside of the pool walls. This is just a place to get water, or capture any water I would say, around the outside of the pool and get it away from the pool. This will help with your liner floating on the side after heavy rains. It definitely can't hurt, so we do it on every walkout basement. All right, now we got all the returns and the skimmers in. We're going to put a small bed of rock, probably about 4 inches, all around the pool. That gives us a nice spot to lay the pipes in. We don't want to put the pipes in sharp, jagged CA7 because the pipes will vibrate and move a little bit with water going through them. The other thing is it helps protect the 4-inch tile that we put in and covers the tops of the braces so we don't have plastic pipes sitting on a metal brace. All right, so we're going to plumb the bottom of the skimmer. We take a 2-inch street elbow made for pressure. Make sure all your fittings are pressure fittings. We're going to glue it in the bottom here and make our way towards the equipment pad. And gluing's pretty simple. Make sure you use primer and a good heavy-duty glue. Here's how a return looks. We do a piece of flex just to drop down, and then we turn over in the hard pipe. Make sure your return sides come from the filter and your suction sides go to the front of the pump. So we've got 3 lines, 3 returns on this side. There's our skimmer plumbed in. We're going over. We got them to the back of our cut here. Just make way for the automatic cover box that's going to go on here. We're going to land everything right here at the corner, and then we're going to flex pipe up our ditch to our stakes there where we'll do our stand pipes here later in the video. So here we go. Follow along. All right, we do micro brights, and here we've got a return fitting with 1.5 inch MIP by 1.5 inch slip. We need to get down to 1 inch for our conduit size. So we're gluing in an 1.5 inch by 1 inch reducer, and then we'll run the Schedule 40 1-inch conduit over to the pad. Okay, so we have all the plumbing around to the corner of the pool here. This is where we're going to use the Schedule 40 flex pipe. We're going to stick it into the bell end of the hard pipe, which the bell is about 4-inch long, so it's a nice, good sized coupler. When we switch over to the flex, we come up, we stand them up right here at our equipment pad. We like to drive the wooden stakes in there and then wrap duct tape around them to hold them up, because there's nothing worse than pipes laying every which way. So we do this. We got our 2-inch FIP on the top. That's where we put our little pressure tester down on there, and we make sure everything's good. And we hold 25 PSI for 15 minutes. We use air, not water. If that's good, then we start covering up the plumbing. Once we're fully backfilled, we pressure test one more time to make sure we didn't damage it while backfilling. And then it's time to bring the CA7 up to the top of the walls. So we're almost done with this video for today. So here we go. All right, here's where we are landing the 1-inch conduits. Let's run them all over. We got one to each light. I believe there was 3 lights in this, plus an auto cover box conduit is going here. The switch will be on the side of the panel. Make sure you don't forget to run your bonding wire over here. Bonding wire needs to be underground and connected. We will hook onto the pool side of it right before concrete. We'll loop the entire pool with a bonding wire, but we always make sure to run ours up with the light conduits. You'll see it come in here a little bit later. All right, that's going to pretty much wrap this one up. Finishing up some backfilling here, but now we got to bring the dirt up about 1.5 feet all the way around the backside of this pool. So that's how we end this one, with us bringing dirt back up the hill. Next video will be encapsulation and grout bottom. Hit that like and subscribe button for us.